I can edit this, can't I?
Yeah, yeah.
And the dogs are barking.
Oh, they're lovely. They're a lovely breed of dog. Them. They have a good bark. They
Right,
frighten
let's.
any owl.
Hey, shut up.
Knock her away from you. I can start no bother now, Evan. Will I tell you? I suppose the biggest change for me now would be getting the owl vet out. Now, when the vets used to come out, AI, the cows and all that sort of thing, they'd come up here, they'd shake your hand, they give you an owl a hug with their hands, and I tell you, it would have been brilliant. Would have been brilliant. But now when they come out, they won't come near with a 2-foot fucking pole. They have the AI pole out, and they're like, stay away from me. I need to put this up the cow, and they don't come near me. And they're like in hazmat suits, and it's a big shame. There's no crack at all anymore. No crack at all. Actually, I'm telling you, I'm going to be honest with you. I miss the owl pub. I do. Going down to the pub every day, and just having the owl crack with the boys, and talking shop and all that, as you say.
Yeah.
Just arguing about the wife and all that. But I tell you now, I do miss it. I miss it. I'm stuck inside all day. I'm just here with the animals, with my wife. I mean, we get up the wall. I mean, every couple and every married couple has their problems. But I think this COVID is really, really straining the owl relationships now. I tell you, and it's getting a bit tiresome. And the first lockdown was okay for. It was okay, but then they opened this back up. They gave us some false hope, and I think the false hope was the worst thing for us because we were going meeting our friends, we were going out again, and then the second one came, and we're like, we're back to this again, and it's like seems like it's never going to end. It's never going to end, Evan. Never going to end. I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'd agree there, Keith. I think.
It's a bit like Down syndrome. I mean, the owl line dancing.
Yeah, and the jiving and the Were you at any of that yourself? No? Oh, you would, yeah.
Oh, me and the missus, we'd go to them old bar dances, and we'd put all the rest of them on the floor, and sometimes we'd stay late when everyone else went home and do some things in the hay. Oh, it's good crack.
Okay, so what would you think? What like lockdown?
Yeah, okay. It would be the relationship I'm having with the animals. The animals know me a lot better now, and I don't understand how. You'd think they have. I think that they're a bit. I think they're a bit more used to me now because I'm on the farm 24/7 because I can't stand the house anymore. So okay. I'm out more. I'm doing more work. I'm doing more of the things I'd let go because I've an extra job on top of the farming. So now that job's gone, I'm getting no fucking money, but that's a joy for another day. But I'm with the animals more now. And I'm telling you, we have more of a connection now. And when I am sending them off to the butchers, it hurts me a bit more. The old cows and the
I'd agree.
It hurts me a bit more. It does. And I'm telling you, the government seems to have no owl. They don't seem to care as usual about us, especially during the pandemic. I mean, I've been getting a few owl calls to slaughter a bit of cattle, and I'm like, why you want me to slaughter me cattle? I mean, they've been giving me. Did you see the video of the man on that farming? And he was reading out a demand letter from the owl government, and the government were telling him to get rid of his owl whole flock because of an outbreak of some disease or another. And it's like, it's inhumane. It was before the vet had even checked them. And I'm telling you, I just love more support from the government. I'm like a broken record saying this. The government never gives us the support we need. And especially in this trying time when the farmers are the only ones feeding the people, where they're working to feed the people, and the people would be fecked without us. And we're getting nothing for it as usual. It's not nice. I mean, a farmer has always been a very isolated job. And I mean, mental health issues among farmers have always been an absolutely awful, atrocious thing. And it's never been a good thing. But especially with the old COVID now, I'm telling you, it's going to go even worse, and it's going to get worse. And nothing's being done about it. And, you know, us farmers, we all know each other. We know ourselves. We don't like opening up to people. We're not the best socially. And they don't seem to understand that. We need help. Everyone needs help, but we don't like to admit it sometimes, and it's not great. It's not good, and the COVID is kind of making things worse there. And I think locking people away from their counsellors and locking people away, cancelling their appointments is absolutely not on. That's not on. That's more essential than than fecking golfing and rugby is going on, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, yeah, that's not great at all, and it is a very isolating job. And also, if you have staff and you're trying to keep your staff safe by telling them not to come to the farms, and and then the workload goes more on you, and your staff aren't getting paid, and it's just it's a whole milking tray of problems, you know. A whole rotary parlor of problems, I tell you.
Yeah, a whole Cadbury's milk tray, is it?
Yeah, the whole. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see the Algia rotary parlor? It's amazing stuff. I'm wanting to get one of them installed in the farm.
Yeah, they're fairly expensive, I hear.
Oh yeah.
But you have the capital.
Oh yeah, but you can get good grants for them.
You can actually.
Yeah, I have the capital. You can get grants. You can get grants for the AI solar panels, which are apparently amazing things. So not in your electricity.
Okay, sorry, Keith. We don't allow alcohol on these meetings.
Oh come on! I'm telling you, this is like this nice too. Apologies, I'll put it away.
Keith, how do you think the government has handled this lockdown, and do you think it's fair? Do you think it's going on too long, or what? What's your opinion?
I'm telling you now, Evan. This lockdown has been handled like a baby. This lockdown is being handled like black babies were handled in the 1800s. It's
less racism now, Keith. Keith, how do you think the government has handled this lockdown? Do you think it's going on too long now? People seem to be getting restless. What do you think about it?
Oh well, I tell you, I think me whole Martin has absolutely fucking wrecked this lockdown. I mean, the first one I understood. It made a bit of sense, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, get the numbers down, get whatever. But I mean, I don't think the lockdown's actually even working. You know what I mean? It's absolute madness. Like, people aren't allowed to go see their dying families. People aren't allowed to go have a cup of tea with their nanas.
Yeah.
And it's just terrible.
But do you think that people are paying attention to this lockdown? Because you hear about stories in Dublin where people aren't adhering to their 5K and all this.
Well, I tell you this much. I'm going to say this here. You can arrest me if you want me, Hole. But I tell you now, this I've been going past me 5K a few times, and I tell you, I don't feel good about it. But I need to go shopping. I need to shop. Just because I'm a farmer doesn't mean I have to eat on me cows. And I'm telling you.
Well, shopping. You do know shopping isn't essential. You're allowed to go past your 5K.
I know, but I've also had a cup of tea with me nana, and I'm telling you, I know that's an absolute. You can be flogged for that these days, and the fact that it's got to that point where you can be flogged for having a cup of tea with your 80-year-old nana is just completely.
But would you not say you're putting her at risk, Keith?
Absolutely not. I don't think so, because I'm immortal.
Right.
Well, I'm telling you, people are holidaying at home now, and it's a double-edged sword, because at least they're not going out of the country and then bringing all the COVID back in and making everyone sick. But they're coming down to our farms, our little countrysides, our villages, and getting us all sick. And we're just like, I just want to say, feck off to all of them, you know.
And have you had any people on your land trespass and all this? I heard there's a lot of stories about that.
Oh, I'll tell you something now. I had this. I was going out to give the to check one of my heifers who was heavily pregnant. I was just giving her an old checkup, and I go out, and you won't believe what I saw. I saw this young couple rolling around in the grass, and I go, oi, you want to give me the COVID? Jesus Christ, that thing's going to get COVID. How far that's up her? I'm telling you. So I flogged them out of my land, and it's terrible. And that's happened twice in a week. Twice, the same couple. They don't take me seriously. I don't think it's. But no, I think it is a problem. I think they're gonna end up giving the animals COVID next, and that's my worry. And when the animals get COVID, we'll all be told to cull them all. And
Jesus,
when we
yeah,
have to
yeah.
cull our animals, there goes our enterprise, and there goes our money, and there goes our supports, and there goes us. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's a recipe for disaster.
what about the drive to support local businesses? Do you think there's more of a shop local vibe now?
Well, I'm telling you, I deleted my Amazon Prime account because I just need the owl. I need to support the locals because there's going to be none of them left. The only people that will survive is the giant enterprises, the owl Tesco's, the owl Dunses, all
Yeah.
of them's. They're the only ones that are going to survive because local businesses are being screwed left, right, and centre. And I know there's supports from the government and all that, but it's not enough. They've been closed for the better part of a year, and a year of no income, you can't sustain it. I tell you, it's unbelievable, and they're all going to be gone, and it's going to be a sad, sad day. And I tell you, something has to be done more for them.
Yeah, I'd agree that the local businesses have definitely felt the brunt of this lockdown, and I think that's why now, as we have gone past the 1 year in lockdown milestone, that people have just said, enough is enough. We're going to open our shops, because I heard in the news lately there's a few people going to go against the government, open up, because they just don't have enough money to keep food on the table and all this.
You can't blame them either. I don't think you can blame them. This is their livelihood. They
Exactly.
either open up, risk getting prosecuted, and make some money, or just don't open up and just fail.
But if they do open up and make the money, they'll end up getting prosecuted. But then the profit they made may have to go, and they'll end up, it might be a vicious cycle going around and around. They might get fined, and they might have the profits being used to pay the fines and all this kind of. So it's a lose-lose battle, really. The immigration, yeah, because you weren't allowed to go anywhere, so you were kind of stuck in a way. But I'd say, Jesus, now when lockdown eases up, I know myself, I'd be going out. I'd be going out and probably going out traveling. Out in the caravan, or she's the camper van. I'm not one of them lads. I'm not one of them.
The old caravan.
The camper.
I'm telling you, I think we're all itching just to get going. Get going and travel the world. Do. We've been locked in our houses for a year, so we're itching to get our needles in our arms and just going. And it's some of them might not be though. A giant baby boom, I tell you. Oh goodness, people have nothing else to do indoors, and it's going to be an old baby boom, and there'll be babies falling from the sky on us, and good hell.
You were kept busy with that, where I'd say, Keith. I'd say you were kept busy with that old baby boom. Yeah.
Jesus, I might be in a wheelchair by the end of it, I tell you. But I'm going to have to be climbing up on top of the old recreational vehicles and pushing the old babies off it, I tell you. There's only so many of them.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts about immigration? Do you think would you agree with what I was saying, or do you think it's the opposite?
Oh no, absolutely. I think I agree. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, nice one. So I was building a thing for the crush, like I said, and that was going grand, and then it came.
God, you must really love your crush to be building a load of things for her, I tell you.
You dirty bastard. Jeez, if we could only get a crush. We didn't know if we'd ever come back into the. You're upside down there, Keith. If we came into the
Jesus, I'm sorry.
No, you're all right. If up there, so I might tour around your farm when I get up there.
Oh, brilliant! Oh, I'd get her to put the old tea on for you, and I'll greet you at the gate, and
well, obviously we'll social distance, and we'll have the mask and everything, like yourself. Like we still have.
Obviously, yeah.
There has to be some sort of. I think I've lost you there now, Keith. You've died on me there now.
Hey, hello.
Yeah, hello. Sorry. Yeah, I got you there. You're back.
I was just talking about giving you a disposable tea bag for the hour social distancing.
Which is very good, very good, very good. A disposable one. Jesus, that's very good. Aren't they fucking disposable already?
Oh, Jesus, there you are. I thought I lost you.
Yeah, sorry, we ran into technical issues there, Keith. That yeah.
So it's okay.
So I don't know what you heard in the last couple of minutes there. Your webcam kind of froze up and you're making a face like something like a fucking satanic devil or something.
I did get a bit carried away with it.
The impact of COVID on individuals, farmers. We've talked about how the government has controlled it, mental health, the negative effects, no marks, local producers being more looked at, isolation, mental health.
Oh yes,
having to be IT competent, and I think we're going to be discussing. I'll have to get on to Johnny, and we'll see what we're discussing. But I think it's going to be the new grants that are coming out, the new schemes that are be coming out. So I'll have to look at that. Right. So thanks a million, Keith, for being here.
Not to worry at all. My pleasure.
It's
my pleasure.
It's very good.